Hi everyone, this is Robyn from mypinkstamper.com and it's time to do a scrapbook Saturday. So I'm trying to show you guys how to make traditional scrapbooks using Stampin' Up! Products, traditional scrapbook pages. You can also use the Project Life. You can do digital scrapbooking, but I always come back to the traditional scrapbooking and I started and I was using Stampin' Up! In the very beginning. And I am going to show you something that we did last week for the scrapbook page. I'm taking this card that I showed on my last video tutorial. If you're following me on YouTube, you can go to Robyn Stamps. If you would like to subscribe to my channel, you'll be notified when I upload new videos. You can just click on the button on the right hand side, or it's actually on the video. But I'm going to take this card. This is one of my favorite cards that I've made. It's funny because sometimes I'm so uninspired. Do you guys get like that? I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to make for today's video, and then I just started making this and it just kind of came to life, and then I'm like, oh, I love it. So I'm going to try to make a scrapbook page, a 12 by 12, using this as a template, and I want to show you how you can do that for your own traditional scrapbook pages. You can take ideas that you find from cards and from other projects, and you can kind of turn them into scrapbook pages. So I haven't made it yet, so let's cross fingers that it turns out. And if not, I'm still going to add pictures to it and use it in my personal life. Now, because I'm making this into a scrapbook page, the saying didn't work. It was a little bit too small, the saying that I used for the card. So I'm going to use one that's just a little bit bigger, and it's from Remembering Your Birthday. And I'm using where is it? There's something really worth celebrating today. So this is kind of more of like a, just a mellow kind of a scrapbook page. So this does not have to be for a birthday. That's why I picked that sentiment. I'm using Picture Perfect, which is in the new Stampin' Up! Occasions catalog, along with Timeless Textures, which is also in the new catalog. I'm using the same colors I used for the card: Blushing Bride, Pink Pirouette, Melon Mambo, and Early Espresso. And again, if you've taken some of my online classes, you probably already own a few of these as well. I'm also using Crumb Cake, which I need to go grab. I forgot to get. We're using this label punch, and I'll put the name of it right up here. Aren't my nails so cute? Sorry. Okay, right up here. I am teaching myself nail art, so I'm a little distracted. Sorry if you guys are too. But I'll put the name of it there. We're using the burlap tape, or ribbon, whatever it's called, 1 1/4 burlap ribbon. It's really kind of just burlap, but we're calling it ribbon because it's on a roll. And we're using the Stampin' Up! Paper trimmer, which is awesome for scrapbooking. I have my scorer on it, which comes with it, and I have the paper trimmer part. Now I went ahead and ordered, since the last scrapbook page video that I did last week, I ordered every single color family. I ordered a pack of the assorted 12 by 12 scrapbook paper. So I recommend doing that. You get 2 sheets of each, I believe, or maybe 3 sheets of, I believe it's 2. I will correct myself on the bottom of the screen if I'm wrong. But I ordered a whole pack of white and a whole pack of black, because you can get those in the packs by themselves. So these are the 3 colors that I'm working with, the same colors that I used. And so I'm going to go ahead and tell you how we're doing it. So I'm using the Crumb Cake 12 by 12 just as the base. And I will, on the bottom of the screen or the top left, I will post the item numbers for the assorted packs of the papers if you are interested in checking them out. And you can order any of these from my website, mypinkstamper.stampinup.net. You can order 24 hours a day. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. I'm here to help you out. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to decide how big I'm going to do it, because it's going to look different. So I was thinking I'm going to do maybe a banner, or I'm sorry, a border here, and then kind of have maybe the 2 pictures here. I'm not doing a main title. I came up with something today. I was having thought about scrapbooking, and I thought, not every page needs a title, because when I used to scrapbook, and I used to always have every page had a title, and I couldn't make a page unless it had a title, and so it really uninspired me back then. And so I just came up with the idea today that not every page needs a title. So I'm going to stick with that. Let's start with cutting our Whisper White at 3.5 inches. So cut this part first so you can keep this at 12 inches and use it for other borders of your scrapbook pages. Now with the personal trimmer, you can pull out the arm. And I think I'm going to cut a whole inch off. So let's go ahead and make this 10 inches. We'll see if I can reach this while I'm doing my video. Okay, so Let me see if this is the size that I wanted. Can you guys kind of see here? I'll move this down in just a minute. Oh, I meant to cut it at 11. Ha ha ha. So I'm going to do that again because I won't waste it. I'll use it for scraps. So I meant to say we're going to do 3.5 inches, which is a great size. 3.5 inches. And my scrapbook videos are a little bit longer because it's not like making a quick card. Okay, so we're going to cut this at 11 inches because it's 12 by 12. I just wanted to cut 1 inch off. And then while I have this out, I'm going to take this is the Blushing Bride, like I had said. And I'm going to cut this just a 1/4 inch bigger. So it was 3.5, so I'm going to cut it. Actually, yeah, I'm going to do it at 3 3/4. Let's do it like that. So this was 3.5, and then the other one, well, no, I'm going to do it at 4. Ha ha ha. I'm changing everything up on the spot for you guys. So have you guys scrapbooked lately? I mean, was that what got you guys into it and then you switched to cards and you kind of never went back to scrapbooking? Or does that sound like any of your guys' story? Because that's happened quite a bit, you know. Okay, so now I'm going to take this and I just want to make sure that you guys remember why you love what you're doing. Okay, so now I'm going to just cut. Let me see how much I'm going to cut off of this. 1/2 inch, just 1/2 inch. So we're going to make this one 11.5. Let's see if that looks proportionate. So 11.5 by 3 3/4, and that looks good to me. That looks nice and good. I have a nice border on here. All right, what we're going to do first is we're going to take our little strip, and we're going to need a background paper. So I like using the grid paper from Stampin' Up. And I hope that this is all in the video. Okay, so we're going to start, and I do want my flowers to be up this way, so I might do it this way. Okay, so let me get my blocks out. I don't even have anything out. I'm kind of a little bit unprepared. I was doing my nails all day instead of like stamping or anything like that. Okay, so we need 1, 2, and 3, and they're right here. So I'm going to start with 1, and I hope this block is big enough, and it is. Okay, so here's 1, ta-da, and here's 2, and I'm making sure the little pointy thing is pointing the same direction in all of them, so it's easier to line up. This is called 3-step stamping. If you haven't had a chance to watch my video on when I was making the card, I would recommend doing that, and I will link it at the very end of this video, so you can watch it after if you haven't had a chance yet. It's just showing you basically how I did it, and it's super easy. Okay, so we're going to start with the number 1, which is right here, and we're going to start with the lightest color, which is the pink pirouette. And super easy. Let me see if I can do this. Let's see how I'm going to do this. I just want to make sure you guys can see everything. Okay, so I'm just going to ink it up, and you might not see all of it, but you'll see most of it. So I'm just going to simply add this in here. I'm trying not to make it too uniform, but sometimes that happens when I'm stamping like this, because I'm like, oh, I missed a spot, and it's just going to look really pretty. I'm just going to try to make it look really nice. All right. And up here probably needs a little bit more 11s. A little more in the end, because it's supposed to look like I just like cut a patterned paper. That's all I need of this, so I'm going to go ahead and get it on my finger first, and I'm going to put it away. Then I'm going to use the Blushing Bride with the number 2, and it's just a little bit darker pink, and you can line it up. It's really, well, I didn't line it up very well, but that's okay. This kind of has the antique-y kind of old look, so it doesn't have to line up perfectly. Okay, here we go. It's actually lining up pretty nicely. And I'm not even wearing my glasses. They're in my car. Is that so crazy? Okay. So we're just going to ink this up here. Woo! Ha ha ha! Got it. I got it. And I think I missed one. I did, up here, where it was coming off the side. Okay. Ta-da. That's all I'm using the Blushing Bride for. So I'm going to set this aside. All right, the last thing we're going to do, well, this is not the last thing. This is the last step on the two-step stamping. I had to move my camera. It was really bothering me. I had it up so high that I couldn't really see what I was doing and what you guys were seeing, and I really like to have my videos so they are very easy to view. That's one of the things I try to do on all of them. Look at how beautiful this is when you put the flower on. I mean, it's just amazing. It seriously is. It really looks like this in person. I'm like, oh my goodness, that's so beautiful. This might be a pretty picture to put of like me and my mom, or, you know, a special day for someone in my family, or when my daughter's graduating. I could do maybe one of her graduation pictures. I know, can you believe I'm that old? I mean, I'm not saying anyone else is old, but I have a child graduating high school this year. Makes me feel a little ancient, but that's okay. Okay, so now we're going to use Timeless Textures, and we're going to use this one here that has like the dots, and then we're going to use this one here that's like the burlap looking. And let me grab crumb cake. I'm using crumb cake. And I'm going to use, let me see. Okay, I'm going to use the longer one. Come on, Robyn, get prepared. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do here first, is I'm going to ink it up, and then I'm going to stamp off just to give it a lighter look. I just didn't want it to be full strength. I think it's maybe a little too much. I'm trying not to make this, again, too uniform. Okay, so that's all I'm doing with that one. It just looks really, nice, I promise. And then we're using the burlap one, and we're doing the same thing. We're going to ink it up and stamp off, and I'm kind of just filling in almost all of the other parts. And it's okay if you stamp actually on the flowers themselves, because it just gives it a nice look. It just really looks fun. And it's not normally my style, so I think it kind of surprised people when I posted it last week. They're like, really? This was from Robyn? Yes, it was. And I made it up myself. Sometimes I take inspiration and I'll Stampin' Up's really good. They give us a lot of inspiration, and sometimes I will just take that and switch it up and kind of do my own Robyn twist on it. But this one I was like, I guess it's good that I was so uninspired, because I'm like, oh, I don't know what I'm making. This is awful. But I figured it out, and so I suggest that you guys do the same thing. Whenever you're feeling uninspired, or if you're working on a project and you're like, oh, I don't like these colors, move on to something else. Don't do it. If you're making a card and you're like, these colors don't look good together, or for some reason they're not appealing to you, do something else. Because I tell you, if you do not find it inspiring, or, you know, if it doesn't help your creative juices flow, then you should be working on something else completely. Okay, this is going to go here. Is this looking so fun, guys? I think it's gonna work out. So I'm gonna take my burlap, and we're gonna do it down here. So I'm gonna grab my scissors. I just got these in this week, and I love them. They're the Stampin' Up! Heavy scissors, and they're just fantastic for big things and whatnot. Okay, so what am I looking for now? Okay, I'm gonna use my regular tape. I'm almost out of tape. Ha, I need to order some. All right, and since it's burlap, we want it to be a little bit bigger. So this is what I'm doing here. I'm gonna just kind of have it here, kind of in the same spot. I'm gonna put the card up next to it so you guys can look again, or if you guys kind of spaced off at the beginning of my video and you're kind of maybe like, oh, now I think it's cute. Now she did a good job. I'm gonna show it to you again next to it. Oh, darn it. Okay, so let's change our fast fuse. This is the fast fuse. This is like the longest video. This is like almost longer than one of my class videos. Sorry, guys. You're taking my classes. I really kind of get to the point with my classes because I know exactly what I'm doing. Now I'm kind of like, ah. All right. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. Not every video is this crazy, but I am kind of like myself on every video. So if you like it, subscribe. If not, I'm sorry. Okay, so that was how you change a fast fuse. It takes like 2 seconds. And don't do it on your burlap just now like I did. Don't do that, not a good idea. Okay, all right, I put a lot on. I probably didn't need that much. I just wanted to make sure that the burlap stuck. If you wanted to, you could do the background with crumb cake on here. I just really like plain colors a lot of the time. You know, I just really like the look of that. Okay, so before we move on to anything else, I'm gonna also use the blushing braid here, and I'm gonna make some mats to go. Oh, that'd be kind of cute like that, wouldn't it? I kind of I haven't made this one yet. As I told you guys, normally I would take my pictures and I would mat them before I put them on, but because I kind of want you guys to see the thought process, I'm gonna do what's called kind of just like photo mats. I think I'm gonna make these like 5.5. I probably should do it like this then so I don't waste them. Okay, 5.5 would be good. 5.5 by maybe 4.25, because that's just like, what? How is that not even? I'm just so confusing myself. Okay, I will figure that. Oh, because it was a 12 by 12 sheet. I'm so confused. Like, why is that looking so weird? Okay, so I have 2 that will just be my photo mats here. If you wanted to kind of go across here and here, and then you can have room for some embellishments. Ooh, I might have to do an embellishment. We'll see. Okay, so now we're gonna kind of close up this and finish this card. I'm going to stamp, this card, the scrapbook page. I'm just wanting to show you a different thought process. So we're doing this one. There's something really worth celebrating today. And again, it might be something super sweet that makes me cry when I look at this later, but hopefully not today. Okay, can you guys still see okay? All right, we're using the early espresso, and I'm just going to ink it up, and I'm stamping it on the crumb cake. I don't know if that's a, let me give it more room. I'm gonna give it more room. Now you can punch it first. I like to stamp first. I just think it's easier to line it up after, and I could do it crooked or whatever. So I can do this crooked, and then I can fix it right here. So I'm gonna put it right here, and look, it fits perfectly. I wasn't quite sure. I was going through all my stamp sets, and I'm like, oh, I need to find something that fits. Okay, so that looks really cute. So we're gonna go ahead and put the dimensionals on the back of this little piece here that I punched. I'm gonna put 4, and the trick that I shared with this video also is if you're putting a dimensional on glimmer paper, on burlap, or anything that kind of, I don't know, has things that come off, I guess. It's a good tip is to put the glue dots on top of each dimensional so you can still have it raise up, but it's going to stay, because the glue dots are pretty good. I really like them a lot. Okay, so I'm thinking, okay, so pretty. So what I'm thinking, I might add one more thing. So I'm gonna put, I think maybe I need to do an accent here. So let me go see what I'm going to do, and then I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, I am finished with this. I'm trying to do it so you guys can see it, but you're gonna see everything else. So what I have added, let's get this out of the way. I did add a little part on the top. I just thought it needed something else, so I added this here, and I used the Deco Labels framelits from Stampin' Up with the Big Shot, and I decided to go ahead and do the crumb cake on the crumb cake because I think when I've raised it up with dimensionals, it gives it a fun 3D effect, and I went ahead and added my photo mats. And what I'm going to do in this empty space here is I like to journal on my printer and on my computer. I know some people like the handwritten. I actually think this is faster for me and I can write more, so I'm going to put something on here, and I'm just going to probably add it on white right here, or wherever I want. And so I'm going to show these next to each other. I'm not going to show it with that though. I'm going to show what these look like, and you guys can see how easy it is to take one of your card ideas, and someone's texting me. Sorry guys. You can take one of your card ideas and you can turn it into a 12 by 12 scrapbook page, a 6 by 6, an 8 by 8, a 6 by 8, whatever you want to do. It's super easy to do, and if you think that it's easier to come up with card ideas, then come up with your card ideas and turn them into your scrapbook pages. I hope you guys have a fabulous Saturday. I will see you soon. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching mypinkstamper.com. Simply click on this card to view my other tutorial. Have a great day. Bye.